Hey Rebels. Okay, so these Neo songs have been stalking my brain for a while, and Spirit want to come in and let you know a little bit of what's going on. There is this strong energy of projection that is happening. Someone really wants you to feel what they are feeling. So they don't want to keep it themselves, even though they got themselves up in this situation with you and all, well, not necessarily with you, but the energy that they're feeling is the situation with you that they're feeling. They really want you to feel it. They don't want to have to sit in it. They want you to initiate some type of conversation, some type of action, some type of gesture. And so they can have a reason to try to balance out the scales. When the scales are balanced out the way that they're supposed to be, everything that they are getting, everything that they are feeling, everything that they are avoiding that is being suppressed, that's going to buoy right back up and make them make it obvious to them that that energy has went nowhere, is theirs. So if you are going, obviously you're going through a situation where like these Neo songs is playing in my head. I've been hearing Can't Let Go on repeat, just the chorus, and it sounds so sad, so sad. But every time it pops up in my energy, I'm like, okay, Spirit, what is this energy about? Now I know that it's not mine, but just the fact that it's coming, honey, the way that it's coming in and the way that I've been receiving it is just eye rolling. You know, Rebels, you eye rolling. You just like you just don't frankly give a fuck at all. You won't give a fuck if you had one to donate. But then the other, like, there's so many Neo songs. Now, I used to love, now, I'm not looking at Neo as the person. We're looking at the artistry of the music and the energy of the music. That whole, oh, well, I know I did you wrong, but and I've looked at myself, I evaluated myself, but I really miss you. No real accountability, but more so, hey, I could romance you. I could, do a little dance for you. Won't you just come over here and let me show you what I got so I could trap your ass again? But the one that comes in that kind of clarifies this energy is, what I did was whack, but you don't get your man back like that. And every time that it randomly popped in, it's like, but you're not my man though. So this person is going through complete karma, and it's complete karma because of how you are understanding what is happening to them. They still have not accepted that this is karma. They just feel like, shit just happens. And yes, shit happens. But all this shit that is happening to them has their name on it. It has their energy on it of what they've done to you, what they've done to others that they thought they could just get away with. Their thieving ass energy, being projected on you, trying to, just steal your happiness and take it back to their herd of they run tell that, and whomever the hell has been coddling their energy and their behavior to make them think that this shit is okay. So, Spirit, where are we going with this message? What is it that you would like for the rebels to know? I'm sure you don't want to know much, but seeing that you're here, obviously you want to. You're not interested. You're not okay with, but you're like, okay, Spirit, what is it that I need to know, and so I can move the fuck on. So you have manipulation. Well, not you have. They have, because this is their energy. Manipulation, divination, manipulation, divination, parking lot, achievement. Moving on. Third leg, Spirit. Soulmate, work, labor, and efforts, and surrounding energy awakening, and Jezebel. And at the bottom of the deck, okay, there we go. Let's read this right. Mentally and emotionally unstable. Allie. Yeah. Anyway, we still didn't read that right. But yeah, so they have obviously accomplished a goal. They've actually did succeed in some form of manner of being able to come into your energy, your time, your space, tampering with your wounding. But they did not expect for you to be as strong as you were, to not let it affect you in the aftermath. The aftermath is theirs, okay? This was their mathematical equation. So therefore, the way that the bill was split up is they got to take their shit with them, okay? They got to foot this bill. So what we see here, beyond the, within their dysfunctioning, they came in as a Jezebel. They came in a very lustful energy. I hear how my voice is changing. They don't want it to be heard by you, but we gonna get through it anyway. They came in and it's very lustful, seductive. They can offer you this. They can, show you this. They can be your peace when really they didn't even have their own peace. So how contradicting they were to come into your life, to continue to try to exist in your life. Yeah, let's let the cracking of my voice continue on and get this out. For them to continue to come into your life, for them to continue to dump their bullshit ass so-called antics and assets at your feet because they saw how caring of a person you were. They learned so much from you, but yet and still it was surface level. So they saw what you had and they wanted to match that energy of what you had, but they were not willing to go in depth of how you got it, what it took to maintain it, how you even got to the understanding of your resolutions. They just wanted to copy you and be perceived as if they were that they had those things, that they had that energy. Here with divination, here with divination and manipulation and soulmate. Yes, this is about them copying your energy, but as well, this is also in regards to them coming in to your space, your humble abode, to manipulate you and make it be perceived as if they were your peace, that they were everything that you were longing for. But really, that was that projection energy. You were everything that they were longing for. So I'm hearing the Me Too movement, not the Me Too movement like, the assault, but this is an assault because anything that you said, and this is why in the last message Spirit says, shut the fuck up and learn to listen, rebels. But anything that you said, they cloaked themselves in the energy of, yeah, me too. Anything that you said, they said, you know what? I'm studying them. Me too. All right. So they understand that, well, they didn't quite, okay, thank you, Spirit. They did not quite understand that the energy that you were abiding by was of your spiritual lessons. And due to this person being in a Jezebel energy, and this is a constant, it's like pity them. They don't want you to pity them, but that's how they move around. That's their energy that they're always in. They are always in the energy of pity. So therefore, they are looking to others to see what they can latch on and leech on, be a leech for, to suck of, pure, that pure, clean energy. Even, yes, rebels, no. Even though your energy is not, as pure as you want it to be because you've been through some shit, you've done some shit. In comparison to theirs, you are definitely more qualified for the acceptance of purity than they were, but they wanted to prove that fact wrong. So they saw you as competition. Here with the soulmate energy, they saw you as competition and that they, needed to show you that you were not as good as they thought you were. Now, why did they feel this? Because obviously when they first came in, yes, they had the Jezebel energy, but they saw something good about you. So how did they go from seeing something good about you to all of a sudden now you're competition? Because you like really pushed the button and plucked some feathers of their damn ego. So their ego their ego was driving them crazy with competition of what this motherfucker think that they what the rebel think that they better than me at. Nobody's better than me. That Jezebel energy. So yeah, karma is completely unbeknownst to them, serving their ass up. And Spirit is saying, stay the fuck out of the way, rebel. Don't call them. Don't check on them. Someone get to trying to talk to you about them. Change the conversation very, discreetly. You don't have to make it obvious of, I don't want to hear about them. No, do it very discreetly. Temper yourself, why don't you? So on the other side of things, yeah, they're getting served exactly what it is that they attempted to dish out. Okay? So you have achievement. I'm sorry, they have. See how that energy is steady trying to make this about you. It's not about you. This is about them. So achievement, move on, and labor, work, and effort. They're getting everything that they planted, no matter how dead it is. And this is a cause for awakening for them. So, mm, mm-mm. Spirit, what more is it that you want the rebels to know about this energy? I just heard, baby, baby, please. Baby, baby, please. Divinity. All right, we're going this way. Third parties. North and South Node. You said North Node? No. South Node? No. Self-love. Love spell. Third legs. Boss. And priestess. Honey, we gonna get that right one day, but then again, at the same time, nothing happens by accident. So obviously, if this is a dude, he really being a bitch. Okay, if this is a female, she cannot seem to understand like what she's trying to muscle herself up to do is not working. And then at the bottom, you have, check it out, Ice King. The motherfucker is crying. They're melting. So the veil is being lifted. The veil is being lifted. Though others around them here with the north, south, and thirds and the third party, they are realizing like something is out of whack about them. Even though the people who they are around that they are like-minded with, those third parties, those extras, the extras, the chain gangs, the ones that they go back and, tell, like, man, look at what I got today. Look at who I stole from today. They are realizing something is off about them and something is off about their game, and that something happened to them. But, this person is trying to disguise themselves and they're not doing well at all. They're not doing well at all. They're trying to disguise themselves as if nothing happened, like they did not have a failure in mission. Yet and still they did. And I'm hearing that dun dun dun. What they did was whack, but you don't get your man back like that. So rebels, I don't know what it is that you did to humbly remove yourself and to humbly leave this person at the place where they thought they were, and they're finding out the hell that they're in. But this person is definitely going crazy. They are going crazy, and they are trying to count your pockets as well, but you are not exposing anything of yourself. I don't see you. First off, you're not here at all, but I don't see you flaunting anything. You're not trying to get any get back, and you're not trying to disturb anything, because you realize that this person is already living in a disturbance, being themselves. Okay, here with divinity and karma, honey. The things that this person has forgot that they did, the intentions that this person started things out with and forgot how quickly their intentions went back to their so-called temporary old ways, because they never actually left their old ways alone. So Spirit is saying whatever this person has told you about their past life, about what they used to do, they were never far enough away from those behaviors to really consider it to be their old ways. They weren't even taking a break from it. They just literally came around you, matched your energy, and I heard prestige, match your energy. And the moment something inside of them realized they could not catch up to you and be on your level without the way that they would need to be with you being work for them, they lost it. They lost it. So there was a lot of anger and animosity and envy and jealousy, and it was just all poured into a stew. And that stew had your name on the fucking pot. It had your name on the pot. It had everybody who they ever felt undermined them and their authority, and just their mama and whomever else it was in their life that made them feel belittled and made them feel like their entitlement was not their rightful entitlement, even though their entitlement was never their entitlement, because they did nothing to stabilize it, earn it, or keep it, keep it G about it, whatever that means for you. So here was self-love, love spell, and false. This person does not have love for themselves. They do not love themselves. They this energy of, but everybody likes me. No, they don't. They are so naive. They are too naive and arrogant that they cannot see how others keep them around, because those who they perceive themselves to be top dog amongst actually see them as lesser than, and that's why they keep them around. So it's like that transfer energy. They have others around them because they feel that those others are beneath them, but not realizing that that's projected energy as well from their group. And their group realize that no, this fool is actually less than us. So they are, Spirit is saying they are seeing the falsehood of their reality now. And all these spells and images that they have cast upon themselves is being unveiled. So this person is going through extremely painful time, extremely painful, arrogant time, and they are trying to fight back. If this person has been reaching out to you, they're trying to trigger you. They're trying to trigger you. Spirit said, do not let it work. Realize what's not your energy and continue to move about. This is going to last for a bit of a while, where you're going to be feeling this energy of irritation, or as if you got something at home that you just don't want there, because it's a lingering spirit of this person's energy following you around, trying to put you in such a desperate situation that for whatever reason, even if it's just for a listening ear, that you will reach back out to back to them, and will reach back out to them as well. They are being asked being called, thank you, Spirit, being called by Spirit to grow up in maturity. This is the awakening point that is being attempted for them, but Spirit said they're not accepting the call. So once again, stay the hell about this, rebel. Spirit just wanted to let you know a little bit of what's going on. All right, confirmation. What was it that you wanted to know? Okay, so rebels. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Third legs for the rebels. Oh, we got two. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to take this one and come here, honey. This one, and we are going to flip them at the same time. All right, so the way that this person is viewing you, sweet and sticky, and at the bottom, long distance. They cannot seem to get your attention, and they are trying desperately here with long distance, and Ice Queen. Ice Queen wanted to show herself. Are trying desperately to get your attention, but you're being rather cold-hearted, and this is not something that they have exposed to anybody. See, the Spirit said they started talking about you behind the scenes to people who maybe even unbeknownst to you that they know in mutuals in common with you. They started talking about you, but due to what they deem as your procrastination to respond, which Spirit said procrastination to respond, because they think that it's procrastination. You have no intentions on following through. Anyway, Spirit said due to their understanding of your procrastination to respond, they have stopped talking about you, but they've started up. They kind of caught the interest of other people's ears who they did start to talk to. So this is making them more frustrated and upset with you, because had they not started to talk about you and had you just went ahead and did what they thought you would do next, they wouldn't have this problem. So once again, this is that projection energy of them creating problems for themselves, even by bringing up your name and you not behaving accordingly as they want you to. It's causing problems for them, and they feel like that this is your fault. But nobody told them to open up their mouth. Nobody told them to assume what the hell you was going to do next. Nobody told them to assume that you was going to be just like the rest of the others who don't want to do the growing work, just as they don't want to do the growing work. So here with forests, they can't see the forest beyond the trees. And I believe that this is is that a cardinal? Let me see. Can't really see. It just looks like a little red something, but we're going to assume that it's a cardinal. No, honey. I have no clue what that is. So, with my assumption that that's a cardinal, I don't have my magnifying glass around. With my assumption that that's a cardinal, there is this energy of your hidden wealth. And the fact that that cardinal is so red, I know what a female cardinal look like, and usually when you see a female cardinal, you closely see a male cardinal like close behind her. Either he's right there with her playing with her, or he's somewhere very close, because when the cardinal finds his mate, they live the rest of their lives with each other. At least that's from what I witnessed and from my understanding. um and this, due to the bright color, it seems to be a male cardinal without its mate. So part of them feels like they have not met their match, but spirit is saying they have met their match, just not the match in the soulmate energy that was also put down here. Um, following the white following the white rabbit, and I've never noticed how this road here in the forest, how it's kind of divided. Spirit is trying to guide them, but they refused. And over here as well too, Spirit is trying to guide them, but they are not taking accountability. Confirmation, they are not taking accountability, because in order to take accountability, you have to have some sense of awareness. And since they are seeing themselves in this imagery, confirmation, since they are seeing themselves in this imagery, they are not self-aware. So therefore, spirit is, they're just sitting back and watching the show. I guess waiting for that good cry for this person to have. So here was slow and steady fireworks. Immaturity, wild card. They are extremely childish and defensive, and in the space that they're in, anyone who is around them right now is getting it in one way or another. It does not matter if they say mother, they father, they children, or whichever. They are getting it in one way or another. So what they're doing is, instead of breaking generational curses, they are actually extending the abuse and actually bringing other forms of abuse into those who are around them lives that was not in their family line, or their relationships, whether it's friends or whomever. They are creating further issues, not just for themselves, but for others who are attached to them, who knew about you and who were benefiting off of you, whether you knew about them or not. Honey, it's a hot mess. It is, and it smells completely like warm summer day shit. So once again, Spirit said, walk the hell away. And not just you, but Spirit want them to walk away from this facade that they have been carrying around with themselves. I'm hearing most of their lives, no matter what age they were. And at this point, it's not even about their childhood trauma for them. They have completely ignored their their childhood experiences, and they are not identifying what about their childhood experiences that is showing up now to show them as an adult throwing a tantrum because they want to be seen as, that top dog. um mm, 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 mm. So you walking away from them has definitely traumatized their pockets, has traumatized their stability. And even if you are able to see this person on an occasional appearance, it may not seem as so, because they are definitely trying extremely hard to continue to push forward this facade that they used to once upon a time effortlessly be able to present. And I feel that that's the reason why at the beginning all the neo songs was happening. But I said we're looking at the artistry of the music and not the person. And that's what this person wants to be perceived, that they want to be seen for the talents and the display that they put out there, and the ability to be able to take from somebody else and make it their own. But they don't want to be seen as the individual that they actually are. They want to be seen for all the things that it is that they have. They don't want to be seen as the individual that they actually are, because they don't even recognize themselves as an individual, because they spend so much time trying to let the facade of who the world sees them as, when they want the world to see them as anything. So their money is being hit hard, and spirit, with this do you remember? Mm, they, oh, oh my gosh, this is bad. The way that things used to work out for them as easily as it used to come to them, they are trying to figure out why it's not happening the way that it so easily used to happen. They're doing everything the way that they've always done it, but nothing seems to be working. Like London Bridge is literally falling down, and this person is on the bridge. They're drowning in the water. They're all over the place. Vampire and Just Friends. They're even turning on the people who they were clicked up with, who would do the same thing as them. I'm hearing, like thieves among thieves. So the most ignorant thing that well, not the most ignorant thing, but one of the most ignorant things that I've always looked at is like, if you, not saying you rebel, but if someone is a thief and they hang out with thieves, the stupidity of that thief to think that their thieving ass friends would never steal from them. So they are drowning in seeing how their friends, their companions, the people who they've chosen, the people, I'm even hearing that this person has people in their lives that they known for a long time, that they kept around for a long time. They are really like, they are, what's the word that I'm looking for, spirit? They are really rejecting the commonalities between them and the other people that they have commonalities with. Not in the sense of casting judgment on them, because if they cast judgment on them, then they would have to cast judgment on themselves, because they are mirroring each other, right? But more so taking offense to the fact that they're approaching them in ways that makes them feel lesser than. So this person is really deep in their feelings about how others are perceiving them and how they feel, how their feelings are making them feel that others are perceiving them. And they're not wrong. They're just not accepting it. So Just Friends, it says, hey, handsome, hi. Want to hang out? It says, I think we're just better off if we just stay friends. Their perspective of even that conversation, they're having this back and forth negotiation with themselves, but it's not even about negotiation. It's about them trying to control themselves. They're going back and forth with themselves. Like they want, say, for instance, let's say they were hungry and they decided they want pizza. They get the pizza and then it's like, you know what? I don't want that. They decide, so they make another choice. I want fried chicken. And then, you know what? I don't want that. So they're getting exactly what it is that they asked for, what it is that they created, and they're still not satisfied. They're even getting, spirit is trying to help, they just can't. So this is a sweet and sticky situation. So it's like a bittersweet occurrence for them. But the problem for them is the way that you're not matching their energy at all. Though they have ice cream right here and ice cream right here, you are not matching their energy at all. And it's like, why the hell won't they just deal with the other people who they do have? No, there was something very sweet about your energy. There was something about your energy that you should have worked out for the benefit of them and their situation and their ego and their pride. And because you didn't work out, none of this other shit is working out for them. So even though you're far and away from this situation, everything that they are going through, They are blaming on you, even things that you were never around for, that they did not know your name for. They are bringing you up in their physical body. You are the cause for everything that has ever went wrong in their life, because things are going wrong now. And if they, oh, I wish I never met her at all. They, and they are doing their damnness to try to stay strong on that. They even potentially made out a list of their reasons why they wish that they never met you. They are trying their damnness to stand in their authority of every fucking reason they need to stay away from you. And the main reason that they have at the top of the list is that you ruined their life. I just gave you a moment of silence, and so you could feel how so you could have your little say whatever you wanted to say. Okay, so Spirit say this. Ooh, okay, and honey, and in comparison to them, they felt that you was more so of a page of swords versus a king of swords. Like I said, oh, this is so sad. Poor unfortunate soul. Spirit, so how is it that you are seeing this person? Spirit is seeing this person in the Four of Pentacles energy. They are trying they damnness to hold on to everything. I'm sorry, not everything. You're right, Spirit. Anything that they have left, anything that they feel that they have left. And what I'm also getting is that they are holding on so tight, even with this pentacle completely covered up. The fact that they are not speaking up for themselves because they don't know where and how or why they should be speaking up for themselves. They are unable to see. Once again, being unable to see the forest beyond the trees. They are unable to see. Ooh, why things are going to continue to fall apart, because all they're doing is focusing on what they perceive to have versus how they are not even keeping up the responsibility of maintenance of the things that they think they still have. So let's see. Spirits say go this way, and we just pulling straight from the top. Okay, so Spirit said they are trying to give them this Ten of Pentacles in the future, but due to the fact that they are being very childlike, this child doesn't even realize the fortune and the value of the Ten of Pentacles. They don't get it. Spirit said that they are trying to see themselves as this magician energy, to be able to perform all these magical tricks and be very well equipped as they move forward, but the shit is falling apart. Spirit said they are trying to not see you as this emperor, but honey, you just are. You just are. All right. Spirit, where do we want to go? Right here. Oh, okay. So it has move towards the goal. And then it says we face it together. Spirit really wants them to move towards this goal and face this with Spirit. And it says trust, love, and happiness. The issue is this person does not have a belief of trust, love, or happiness. And it says love, trust, and happiness. They don't have a belief that that is actually a real thing. Okay. All right. Over here, top card. What does it say? Justice. Ooh, justice. If you are encountering unfair treatment, trust that your guardian angels will provide clarity to help you resolve the situation in your favor and restore harmony back into your life. They're not trusting. Every message that you see here is the same messages, and there it is, balancing the scales again. Every message that you see here is the message that Spirit is trying to guide them, but they are completely blocked from it. So Spirit just wanted to bring you this message. Why are we doing this one? Queen of Swords. Spirit just wants you to know this because this person is trying to tap into your compassionate side, trying to tap into the energy of how they came at you. Remember, they came at you with they wanted to bring you peace. knowing damn well that you were their peace, that you were going to be that peace offering to them if they can only treat you right for long enough to get enough from you and then get the fuck away from you and then leave you with the misery of why did they leave? Why did they go? Oh my goodness, what happened? What did I do wrong? That's the energy that they were okay with leaving you in. So Spirit say, do not have any, as best as you can, because Spirit says they understand that you're still working through your woundings. So if you have residue of past energies of being a people pleaser, Spirit said this is not the person to try to please. This is not the person to give your understanding to, because they literally want you to reach out, and so they can traumatize you, and so they can then untraumatize themselves. They are trying to do an energy exchange with you. That's why all of this projection is coming your way. Do not allow nostalgia to defeat you. If you feel that your ass is in a place of limerence where you are creating an idea in your head about what this person could potentially want, Spirit said, go to a quiet place, let it go, or you know what, fall a little bit into the distractions of your artistic nature and your creativity. But do realize that so much of this energy that is coming your way, identify it as not being yours. Because this person really wants you to get into that nurturing space of supporting them and giving them, once again, that surface level guidebook of what you have done to be able to resolve the seemingly unresolvable things in your life that this person is currently going through. Spirit said, this is none of your damn business. So Spirit, can we get messages for the rebels now, please? All right, here. What message would you like the rebel to know from this? It says, softly, softly, a tender touch. Where did we go? Over here. I saw you. It says, dream a beautiful dream. Here and then top and bottom. Spirals of manifestation. Seeing the true you. It says, vision of life beyond death, and bring it into form. So for you, rebel, Spirit wants you to be able, as we've said, to identify yourself through the projections, outside of the projections. Realize that while you are trying to manifest and while you are manifesting, there is projections of confusion that is trying to penetrate your bubble, your world that you are creating for yourself. Treat yourself with kindness. So do not go back into old forms of coping, because at times this projection is really going to feel strong. So strong to the extent that you may potentially get confused of what's your shit that's just happening in life and what is actually their shit, right? And Spirit also said for somebody, this is more than just one person. And the reason why it is more than just one person for most of you is because this is a familiar energy that did not just show up in a companionship. This is a behavior that you have seen with coworkers. This is a behavior that you have experienced with family members and friendship attachments. All right? So do understand, when you are asking Spirit to remove anything that does not belong to you, when you are asking Spirit to handle all the unseen things that you do not know about and all the things that have been spoken over you that you cannot hear or that you were not in a room to hear, do not be surprised when other people who you did not specifically point out wind up falling down by the wayside. So there's even further lessons for you within this energy of projection that is happening. Spirit would like for you to continue to have beautiful dreams. And there is this energy of this person or these people have been projecting in your dream state because they realize how strong you are within your awakened state. That the only way that they can do their damnness to try to defeat you is to give you those those horror story narratives and the horror story scripts in your dream state. So Spirit would like for you to pay more attention to how you love on yourself before you lay your head down to rest. With visions of life beyond death, take this person out of the equation of the potentials of what you think it may be that may cause circumstances for them to reach out or come back in your direction. If you feel safe enough, remove yourself from that idea of how you will react or respond if ever this person was to come back around. Because what you're doing is you're actually feeding the energy to that person that you still have some sense of interest. And remember, they are already distorted in the desperation of you behaving in a certain way and you needing to be desperate enough to want to reach out to them. And Spirit said, bring it all in a form. You know who you are. You know who you're not. Don't seek anyone's validation and also do not seek the validation of being able to see their world falling apart for you to find strength in who it is that you actually are. Just know it. Just knowing it is enough. So right here you have 101, honey. I love seeing a good 101 because it reminds me of school days. And not just, school, but just like, I'm going to teach you this 101. You're going to learn chemistry 101. Anyway, so it says starting over. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understanding its process and pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. Let me get my eyes out this light. Well, out this light, not life. Anyway, okay, there it is. We gonna stop. They want you to get your third eye out of their business because they feel like you are so intuitive that the fact that you know things and you can feel it, and the fact that you know the projection is coming from them, they want you to get your third eye out of their life. Say, stop doing so much shit, and then I wouldn't have to be up in it to protect myself. Okay, I heard that. It says joy is fluid. Okay, I'm kind of blunt. It is in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. So Spirit wants you to know as well, this message could potentially be for that person, but obviously that person is not, or those people are not accepting this message because spirit been showing them, right? But they ain't been taking heed to it. So in regards to you, rebels, all that, you know that mistakes have purpose. You know that failures have purpose, because if you did not live a life of such hardship, if you did not have hardship, how would you ever know how it is that you have elevated? And so you could be proud of yourself, baby. All right, so then it says, instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and I saw rejuvenate, but it says reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. So because of the projection, you know what's yours, what's not yours. And if you feel like things are, and this is for you rebels, if you feel like things are so manic that you don't know what to do, understand that to be somebody else's projection. But take care of you in that situation, because that situation came there as a notification for you. Because if you accept the projection, whether it shows up in its physical form or it's just energy, if you accept it, if you accept defeat, That's how they are trying to attack you. For instance, earlier when I left the house, a neighbor of mine just bought a car. Well, I'm sorry, not a car, a brand new truck. It was gray, it was matted, and I'm saying was because I'm about to tell you what it was this morning. Now they just got this truck not even 2 weeks ago. It was nice. It was brand new. They had the license plates ready to put on it. Honey, when I went past that thing this morning, it was no longer just gray and matted, well, gray with the matte color gray. They had white. I'm sorry, they didn't create this, but somehow they created because they invited somebody into their life that did this type of damage to their vehicle. There is white spray paint. I mean, almost completely coating the car in white. Okay, but it was enough to tell that the truck. I'm sorry, the truck was once upon a time gray. The front window shield spray painted damn near completely. And the only reason why I could say damn near completely is because obviously whoever did this damage to their vehicle threw something at it that you can tell that there's glass under this spray paint and that it was like really sparkly and that it put a dent. Every side window they had, including the little one that's on the side of the door, busted. The rock or whatever they used did not go through there. But the back window completely busted open. Car tires flattened. License plates removed. I didn't see a message, but at the same time that I was walking up, like this is where my neighbor would usually park at. My neighbor was just coming outside and they just saw it theyself. Oh, honey, it's bad out here. So, Rebel, there's a cautionary tale. Be careful of who you bring into your life. Be careful of the acceptance. Even though you know people come into your life, they're either a lesson, a blessing, a reason, or an excuse. Okay, I'm sure there's other ones, reasons, seasons, and all that other stuff. Honey, caution yourself. Okay, everybody's gonna approach you in their most, like they say, first impression is the best impression. First impression is the best impression because they start up here and then slowly but surely and sometimes quickly you see how they fall and you see how that impression wind up disappearing from who they're capable to upkeep. Where we going? Okay, Spirit said a card for you. Okay. Knight of Wands. Spirit said continue to exercise your right to be a free spirited energy. Right? Continue to work on yourself. No matter who comes around in your space, I'm seeing this throat, right here in the throat. It looks like it's glowing. Almost like how that, the gold that they had that. What was the story? I don't know what it was, but something swallowed the golden egg. Honey, your voice is very powerful. And they want you to shut the fuck up. Not just Spirit wants you to shut the fuck up and listen, but whomever is projecting all this energy wants you to shut the fuck up. They want you to feel lesser than. They want you to speak less kindly words amongst yourself. They want you to be like, oh my God, why is all this happening? They want you to speak that because they understand that your words are powerful. And how dare you continue to speak positivity over yourself, even though they're sending all this summertime shit your goddamn way. Baby. Spirit said, let's go here again. And it's 1414. Light up. We say light up. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or in addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up your process. Then we just said, so rebels, as always, I love and I adore you, but Satan wants you to know something too. That's the title card, and it says motivation, and on the other side it says extreme opposition. Okay. So yeah. So the angels are saying motivation, but Satan is saying that there's some extreme oppositions. Ooh, oh my gosh. Because what this card actually says is extreme opposites. It's a lot being sent your way. So realize what's you and realize what's not you. So rebels, I love you and I adore you, but go make your life do what it needs to do for it, baby. And like Spirit said, lighten up and keep on speaking positivity over yourself. Love you as always, rebels. Go rebels.